What would I do if I had lost the weight in a very unsustainable way and I realized it and was scared to gain the weight back, but felt like it was such a miserable way to lose the weight and then maintain it that I had to change something. So basically, here is how to get back to a more healthy eating and workout plan without gaining the weight back that you've lost, even if it wasn't in an unsustainable way, and not making yourself miserable anymore. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Flo. I'm a certified personal trainer. My mission on here is basically to help you reach your dream body, the healthy, the sustainable way. You know, I've done it myself, I'm doing it with clients, so why not you? Let's take the example that you went from maybe a reasonable healthy weight to very low on the scale, maybe close to underweight, and I'm going to take my own example for that because I went from 67, I think, kgs when I started my fitness journey to 59 in a very short amount of time, just obviously because I'm not known to be patient. And yeah, I made myself miserable, was eating under 1,000 calories every day. I did that for months and then I just snapped and became overweight and then I had to lose the weight. But what if I had stopped myself? What if I didn't snap and was just scared to gain the weight back and just wanted to stop making myself miserable and wanted to start eating a bit more again? So the first thing I would do is knowing my calories intake. Obviously I knew that I was eating 1,000 calories, maybe 1,200, but that is, you know, that was the range. Sometimes 900 actually. That was the very unhealthy range. For anyone here, do not do that, ever. It is the worst idea you could ever have. And that's something you can do over a few days. You know, you just basically weigh what you're eating and figuring out without judgment what's your intake like. You're going to find that you have a very low intake. If you're making yourself miserable and feeling really bad, you're definitely going to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the NASM body weight planner. My first goal is figuring out what my new maintenance should look like for the new body, my new weight. And I'm just going to pretend, you know, that I'm 59 kg now, 174 centimeters, and I was 20. So my basic metabolic rate, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but my basic metabolic rate is 1,400, and I was fairly active. I'm going to say 3 to 5 days per week. So 2,200 calories should be the maintenance that I'm going to be targeting for the future. And that is plenty of food. That is definitely something that would make you feel good, healthy, and have energy, and basically heal your body. What I would do is I would increase my calorie intake 50 calories by 50 calories. So for example, if I'm only eating, let's say 1,000 calories per day, for the next week, I'm going to do 1050. And then I'm going to do 1,100. And then I'm going to do 1,150. And basically what you should do is slowly increase your calorie intake until you get to at least 2,000. For myself, I would at least reach 2,000 because the fact that I did it in a very unhealthy way mean that I lost a lot of muscle mass and probably kind of harmed my metabolism that way. So I could potentially be a little bit lower than what the calculation could tend to indicate. So I'm going to do that, right? Very slowly, and I would try to specifically increase my protein intake. So let's get back to calculation. The range should be 1.2 to 1.8 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. 59 times 1.2 is 70, and times 1.8 is 106. That should be the range, and that basically should be the target that I would slowly try to get to. Obviously, if I'm eating 30 grams, I'm gonna go maybe 5 to 10 grams at a time, just because it is harder for your body to digest protein, so you may feel a little bit uncomfortable and bloated and kind of digestive issues if you go too fast and increase too much your protein intake. So definitely go 5 to 10 grams every week and then increase until you reach, I don't know, it was like 70 for myself, and then try to be in the middle of the range, you know, so I would probably target something like 90 grams for the future. So that is the nutrition part of it, okay? That's what I would do. Slowly increase my intake, especially try to increase my protein intake to build my muscle mass and kind of get back to some sort of a lean body. Obviously, this is not going to happen if you don't also have your workout plans in check. At that time, I was doing cardio every single day, and that's what I was doing, like 2 hours, making myself miserable, at least like 15 to 20k steps. Hated that. What I would do is I would remove at least full cardio sessions. I would try to incorporate HIIT workouts, so sprinting, because I love running, so I would do sprints just because it's really good for your metabolism and actually can, you know, increase that. With that being said, I would also add some resistance training. I was terrified at the time to actually lift weight because I was scared to get bulky. So no, you're not gonna get bulky. You know, I've been lifting for a while and, you know, I'm struggling to build muscle. So don't worry, you're not gonna get bulky. I would go to the gym and try to, you know, maybe do 2 full bodies per week. So 2 full bodies and 2 cardios. You know, we are repairing our metabolism and building back up. So you don't need to work out that much. And what is going to happen is if you also increase your protein intake, you're going to build muscle mass and still potentially do some body recomp when you lose fat mass and actually build muscle mass, which means that you will build your metabolism back up and just have a healthier body altogether and probably a more satisfying body, because even at 59 kilos, which was very close to being underweight, I was not satisfied and I still felt huge. So it was because I was skinny fat. Easy as that. I could have just gone to the gym and lifted some weight and I would have like build some muscle and lose fat. I ended up lean and tone and I ended up skinny fat because I did it the absolute wrong way. And maybe you have to, but that's okay. What I would do is just do that. 2 to 3 full body sessions and build your lean body mass. Now, I want to talk about weight gain, weight loss, and just kind of maintaining your weight. If you do what I've told you to do right now, I can assume that you are going to track your weight quite often just to make sure you're not gaining weight. The thing with fat mass versus muscle mass is that fat mass is not as dense as muscle, okay? So the point with that is you may look better in the mirror in your clothes. It may feel, you know, a little bit looser, but the weight on the scale is either not going to change or increase slightly. Now, if you do it that way, you're not going to go back to being overweight and kind of snap and whatnot. It's not going to happen to you if you do it that way, if you do it slowly, but it may require some sort of weight gain depending on where you are on the BMI. I know that this is not fully accurate, but for most of the population, it is a good, you know, starting point to figure out what your weight should be at. With that being said, that means that it would be ideal if you are underweight right now, try to get at least in the healthy weight range. And if it is muscle mass, you're gonna be able to eat way more food without gaining weight. The point that I'm making with going to the gym is that it will require you to actually build muscle mass. Your body's gonna do that on its own, and it's actually going to be so helpful in eating more without gaining the weight. And that's why I'm telling you that weightlifting equals higher metabolism. So you are, again, I'm really trying to make that hit home so you're not scared to gain the weight back. If you build your metabolism back up, you are less likely to gain the weight back. If you follow that, that should definitely help you get back to a stronger, healthier metabolism, have more energy. You're not going to gain that much weight back. It may happen, you may gain a little bit as you go, but that could be at first, you know, food weight and then muscle mass. It's not going to be fat. Okay, and if you do the sprints and the weightlifting, you may actually end up still losing some fat and build muscle, so that body recomposition would happen. So please, if you are scared to, you know, gain the weight back, just hit the first link in the description and, you know, book a free consultation call with me. During this call, we'll just see if and how I can support you, and if I can, I will welcome you into my program. You know, I've helped so many people now actually transform their body, get to a healthy weight, the sustainable way. So I will help you actually get back to a healthy weight and a healthy lifestyle. And that was pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. You know, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.